Hi guys, back again. So I thought I'd do a video today on something I've been doing probably for now just over a month, and it's match betting. Now I've never placed any bets on any betting sites before. I don't really gamble. I play poker, but that's about as much as far as it goes. Um, Now, with match betting, it's actually a really decent way to make a bit of a side income. And the way I came about this was I was talking to a friend of mine, and we was talking about ways to raise capital or raise a small amount of money. I say small. By small, probably mean, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000. And we were looking at ways to raise a little bit of money to basically use in a trading account, because the problem with trading is that a lot of people tend to use money that they can't afford to lose, and then the problem with that is that they then become emotional about that money. So we were basically discussing ways that we can use to build up a little pot of money that we can use in trading that we don't really have an emotional attachment to. So for example, using match betting, we could basically build up a pot of money and then use that money to trade with. If we lost, I mean, it'd be a bad day, and if we lost all that money, it would be horrific. But it wouldn't stop us from paying the bills. It wouldn't impact our lives in any way, because this would be a side pot. So this was kind of the whole idea, the whole sort of thinking behind it. So we came across match betting. What match betting is, I've written a blog post about this actually. So it's on richardbagshaw.co.uk /matched betting guide with hyphens. I'll put a link in the description. But what match betting is basically is essentially it's where you are betting on both sides. So for example, say if you see an offer for a bookies, and that bookies is offering, say, £50 free bet. So you place a £50 bet with us and you'll get a £50 free bet. Now obviously that free bet isn't cash, they're not just going to hand over £50 when you place a £50 bet. So what they do is they'll give you this free bet as long as you place £50 initially. So it's just a ploy to basically get people in the door. But what you can do is you can place the bet like you normally would do, but then you can do what's called laying that bet off, which basically means if you were betting on the team to win on one side, you can then bet on the team to lose on the other side, and you can do that on what's called a betting exchange. Now, with a betting exchange, it's pretty much the same as a bookies, but there's quite a few differences in terms of that you're betting against the thing that you've already placed a bet for. And the reason that we do that is that we don't want to make profit. This is what's called a qualifying bet. So we don't want to make any profit at this point. All we're literally trying to do is extract the free bet so we can actually qualify for the free bet. So say if you place the bet and then you lay the bet off, so you're going to be equal either way. You're going to be, you're not going to be in profit, you're not going to be in loss, but then you'll get this free bet. And I've written about this on my blog post here, but you'll gain this free bet. So then the next step is basically to place a further bet, and then with that further bet you can then extract profit. It's usually about 80%, somewhere around there. It completely depends on the offer and how it works, because that is just one way that a bet can work, or an offer can work. You have things called sign-up offers. And then you also have things like reload offers, you have ACCAs, you have all these different ways of basically making money. So it's quite crazy the amount of ways that you can do it. Now in this blog post I've written about what match betting is. Now I started with 190 quid, I think I put into this initially. I didn't want to go crazy. I just thought, I'm just going to throw some money into this and just see what happens over the course of a month. And I think that was around March 5th or March 6th or somewhere around there. I started with about 190 quid. And I've basically profited almost 500 quid. And that's just doing the basic offers. I'm literally at the minute just doing the sign-up offers rather than like any reload offers or ACCAs or anything. So it's a pretty good way of making money. Once you've done the sign-up offers, you've then got, like I say, the reload offers and ACCAs and things like that, and you can make a decent income from that as well. You can also do casino offers, which I've dabbled in a little bit, but I've not done too much with them. So I'll probably get into those a bit later on. But I think the key concept here is to just take your time with everything. Don't go crazy. You don't need to kind of learn everything that there is to learn about match betting in like your first month. So I'm just taking my time with it. And I think what I'm going to do is with my YouTube channel, I'm actually going to post some kind of results and what I've been doing every so often, so you can kind of see like my journey with this and kind of decide for yourself if it's worth doing. But I mean, even if you don't do anything other than the sign-up offers, it's probably worth doing because, you know, it's 500 quid, and I've not been doing this full time or anything. I've literally just been doing a couple in the evening, sat in front of the TV with my chicken and chips, and then just chucking these offers on. So in terms of going through all of these, you kind of, you do your qualifying bets, you make your second bets to kind of, make the profit or extract the profits and stuff. And then obviously you have to sign up for the betting exchange. There's a couple. There's Betfair, which was the one that I started with, which was the first betting exchange, and they take a commission. I think most of these take a commission, but I believe at Betfair it's 5%. So any winnings that you get, they take 5%, which is fair enough, but obviously you want to get that as low as possible. Smarkets is another one, and the website's really cool. It's actually a really nice website and really nice interface to use. It's really simple. But they also do integrations with other tools. And if you go through these other tools, then you can actually get it down to 0%, because their standard is 2%, and quite easily you can get it to 0% by taking advantage of these offers. So at the minute, 0% seems like the best option for me. It's essentially like zero commission, and I think that's until the end of May. I might be wrong about that, but it's 0% at least for now. So there's all these other exchanges, and the exchanges are basically used, like I say, just to lay off the bet. So like, you're on a normal bookie site, you'll sign up, and you'll just place the bet, and then obviously you've got to lay that bet off somewhere. You've got to bet the opposing option, which you can only do on an exchange. So that's why we sign up for things like Smarkets. Now, in terms of how much can you make, I've seen this vary quite a bit. I've seen people that are just saying, I just make 50 quid a month, and I've seen other people saying they make thousands per month, like 4,000. I think it depends on what it is you're looking for. So if you're just trying to dabble in this for now, and if you're very new to this, then you're not really, or at least you shouldn't be too concerned about it. You just kind of need to learn the ropes. But if this is your full-time gig, then obviously you've got to extract every bit of value that you can find. I think when there's things on like the Cheltenham Festival, I think there's a shit ton of money to be made from things like that. And that's great, but obviously not every week is like that. So I think there's quite a bit of variance in match betting. So one week you can make tons of money, like on Cheltenham Festival, and then the next week it might be a bit quieter, but it all kind of smooths out and averages out and things like this. So I think from my perspective, my target right now is to make like £500 per month, just doing match betting. I think I could push 1,000, but I think anything other than that, then I'm going to have to kind of find value in other ways as well to kind of supplement this. So I'm going to have to do like reload offers, ACCAs, casinos. There's a lot of value to be had in casino offers. Now, obviously, you kind of go for the casino offers with the highest expected value, but because it's expected value, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get that value. So, for example, like if the expected value was £40, if you did that 1,000,000 times, I know that's complete like nonsensical at all, but if you did that 1,000,000 times, then you would get that value. That value would actually come to you because it's an EV. But if you could do it once or twice, which is more than likely what we would be doing this offer, and then you would get almost, it could be anything essentially. But if you do it over a long enough period, then the value is there. But it's not necessarily there, on each one, if that makes sense. I probably should do another video on expected value because it's kind of a simple concept, but to try and explain it is quite weird. in terms of risk, so one thing I did want to say is that this isn't gambling. It doesn't matter who wins or loses on whatever it is that you're betting on. If you're betting on a football match, like yesterday I was in the Chelsea versus Tottenham game, and to me it didn't matter who won or lost that game. I mean, it mattered in terms of how I was going to extract my money, because depending on what happened, it would mean I had to do different things. But in terms of whether I lost money or gained money, the outcome of the match had no effect on it. So it's not gambling. The only risk really that I've seen in my first month is if you make mistakes. So if you cock up and like lay off the wrong amount, then obviously you're going to have you could get yourself into a situation where you could lose money. The only other thing that I could possibly think of is if you've had dodgy bookies. So if you go to a bookie's website and they just kind of refuse to pay out, that's not happened to me. I've not seen it happen to anybody else, but that's the only scenario that I can think of where there's a risk. So in terms of like bankroll, what do you need to get started? I mean, I started with 190 quid. I mean, I actually started with probably 50 quid, but then I started putting a bit more money into it, and then it just came up to like 190 quid. And I think I'm just shy of like 800 now in my bankroll. So you don't need a huge bankroll to get started. Now, that's not to say that you don't need a huge bankroll to make more money, because it's that old saying of, you need money to make money, right? So if you've got more money to throw at this, then yeah, you're going to make money faster. You can do more offers at once. You can do a variety of different things. But if you're just starting out with like 100 quid, say, then you can just do like the first offer. And usually the first offers are like the basic ones. So, you sign up and then you get your bonus. So if you do your first offer for say, 30 quid or something, and then you can do another offer after it, and you can get that going. And you can kind of do these two first offers in parallel. And then from there, you can then make money and then see if it's for you. Now, the best thing about all of this is that it's tax-free. In the eyes of the law in the UK, it's seen as gambling because you're going to a bookmaker's website and you're placing a bet. So, tax-free. Happy days. Now, in terms of getting started, now, obviously, you need to find the right things to bet on. You need to get like these really close odds, and you need to use these calculators to basically figure out how to do match betting. Now, one thing I would suggest is signing up to one of two websites. You've either got Profit Accumulator, which is the one that I use, and it looks like, if I just flick onto this, it looks like this. So you kind of get all these offers, and you can kind of just click through. If this loads, you can just kind of click through and you can see all these offers. So these are like all the different offers, and then in here they have like video guides and all sorts of things. I'll probably do a review on Profit Accumulator. And then the other one is OddsMonkey, and OddsMonkey is pretty much the same thing. You've got all these training guides and you've got all these offers, and you just do the offers. And you start off with like the new account offers, because you've got no accounts at this point, so you need to do those anyway. So you go through, you do these offers, and I think with Profit Accumulator they make it really simple. If you go on this blog post I've done, I've put a video up. Where is it? It's up near the top, and it basically just tells you how to, how it works. And then with Profit Accumulator, what you can do is you can sign up for free, and then when you sign up for free, they give you the first two offers for free. So it's just kind of trying to work out if you're interested in this, if it's any good for you. Because you might do this and you might think, no, this is not for me. But with Profit Accumulator, you sign up, or OddsMonkey, you sign up, and then once you've signed up, you get the first two for free, and then it's up to you then, do you want to carry on doing this? And I think once you've made like 45 quid for like 2 days work and like not doing anything, you place bets on one day, you place bets on the other, and then you're done, and then you've made your money. You then can just sign up for a full account, and then when you sign up for a full account, you just get a bazillion offers, so it's pretty good. So that's what this is. So in terms of taking action on this, if you're interested, like I say, read this blog post, watch the video, Sign up for Profit Accumulator. The links are in here. Sign up for Smarkets as well. Do the first 2 offers for free. Make you 45 quid, and then see what you think. But yeah, so that's pretty much what match betting is. There's a lot more detail to go into in terms of what what you can do day in and day out to make more profit. But this is still a learning process for me. I'm going to keep posting videos on this, and also blog posts as I learn things. So it's kind of a decent way to make a little bit of money, and it doesn't really take up too much time. So if you like this, then like and subscribe and all those things. Leave a comment below, and I shall see you in the next one. Cheers.